Swanglin.
Episode 46 of the Swanglin Show. It's Joshua P. Dunn. Today the P is for passion, because we're going to break down some things of what it's going to take for you to be fucking great. If you're not great already, which you probably fucking are. You know what I'm saying? Swanglin Show alumni in the fucking building. The Swanglin heavyweight champion of all time. What is known as the number one swangler. We call him the superstar of David. The young fucking Dan Marley, the fucking Hyman Roth, our fucking Jewish friend out there in motherfucking South Florida. I'm talking about MrGrippz. Welcome to the Swanglin Show once again, my friend.
What's poppin', fellas?
Everything is popping. That could be my P. It could be Joshua P. Dunn. The P is for popping because it's popping. And we have a special guest in the building today on episode 46 of the Swanglin Show. We are joined by JShepMuzik83, the motherfucker representing Jonesboro, Arkansas, is in the house. JShep, are you on the line? Oh shit, I think we may have lost our guest. He'll probably pop back in. MrGrippz, how is it going for you today on episode 46 of the fucking Swanglin Show? How are you feeling?
A lot of technical difficulties. We're recording late because the weather fucked everybody's internet up. But,
Oh yeah.
it happened.
Oh yeah, my weather's fucked up my internet too, and here he is. Back off the fresh introduction, man. We've been having crazy technical issues today, guys. JShepMuzik83 representing Jonesboro, Arkansas is in the house.
What's happening? Man, what's going on, man? What's going on? I gotta excuse my phone. I guess I'm jumping in and out on y'all.
Okay, but we're in the building now. It's episode 46 of the Swanglin Show. We're going to subtitle today's episode, You Can Be Great, because popular belief out here in the fucking world is that you can't. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay, you'll get hit by a hurdle and it's supposed to block you the fuck back. But you're looking at your screen right now. You're looking at me, who's wearing this goddamn 17starsclothing.com is where you can go pick up this dope-ass Lima, Ohio gear, you know what I'm saying, from my man Smarty and Company over there. But maybe people would say, you can't fucking be great, The people at the top of the structure of the world in any industry or politics or whatever, maybe they don't want you to be great. Maybe you feel like they don't want you to be great. But you can be great. You see that dude that's hitting that bowski down there in South Florida? He's the Swanglin heavyweight champion. He's fucking great. MrGrippz, in your opinion, what is the definition of greatness?
Someone who holds themselves to a high standard, to a high life, you know what I'm saying, has goals and achieves them, doesn't make excuses, doesn't accept excuses, finds ways to make shit happen. That's how you be great. It doesn't matter where you start, it's about where you end up. And, if you start from way behind, you got a lot to catch up, but you can still make that gap, you know what I mean, and achieve the goals. So it's really about just putting W's on the board, defining what you want in your life, and then going after it.
That's a fucking great definition of greatness, in my opinion. Now, like I said earlier, episode 46 of the Swanglin Show, we got JShep83 representing Jonesboro, Arkansas in the house. You just heard my man, MrGrippz, define, in his opinion, what is greatness. I want you to give me an example of one person, JShep, that you think is great.
Person that's great. I say my dad. My dad, he's pushing over 50. Working 3 jobs. Been working 3 jobs for over 30 years now.
Man.
When I ask him why he works 3 jobs, of course, the first thing he always says is to support my family. But now we're at the age to where we're supporting ourselves, and he's still working 3 jobs. So I asked him the same question, and he said, and his exact words was, I just want to be great. I want to continue to be great. I want to continue to have full control over my life.
That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta stop right now and give a major Swanglin Show round of applause for fucking Pops out there holding it down. Multi-job, 30-year dude. That's tremendous amount of fucking resolve, and the dude's got huge fucking balls out here as a man to be able to hold it down on that level, 30 plus years. So once again, man, fucking Round of applause for fucking Pops out there holding it down. Now, I was doing some research for today's show, fellas, as I always do. I like to gather my facts. On the Swanglin Show, we like to cover both sides. You know, we always talk about and preach positivity and having good creative energy and good being a helping person, and you know what I'm saying, having some integrity, some goals, some values, and these are all things that play into being great, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I found a list from Walden University that are like the qualities of successful people, because I feel like it's natural for us to equate success with greatness, which that might not always be the fucking case, but primarily, you know, some people would say financial success or personal success is something that defines somebody's greatness, I guess, right? So I look at this list and they have these different characteristics and qualities, and I wanted to list them off to you guys and get your opinion on this shit, right? I said at the beginning of the show, is Joshua P. Dunn. Today, the P is for passion. And they have passion listed as the number one common trait amongst people that are successful. So what are your guys' opinions on how passionate you have to be about maybe being great in order to become great? Grips, I'm going to start with you.
Well, I think a passion is going to drive your energy and your focus. If you're passionate about something, you're going to give a lot of devotion to it. You know what I'm saying? So you'll probably be working hard towards it. You know, inspiration is hard to come by with things that you're not passionate about. You know, there's only so much money can motivate you. Like I watched probably a YouTube video, it was like a study, and they were saying that you know, from 50,000 to 100,000 a year, it brings you a lot of happiness, because that 100K, 150K, it don't really matter up to like the millionaire level. Like, it doesn't really change that much. You get more shit, but the more shit you get makes you less happy, you know, because when you go from struggling to being mad comfortable, that changes everything. But when you're already mad comfortable, all the extra shit doesn't really stir the juices that much. You know what I'm saying? So the passion that you have for things is really what's going to be your motivating factor to do things in life. It's going to be a real inspiration. So I think passion is important with things that, you know, you working on.
Now, JShep, the way he just described that, pretty much to a T, is just like exactly what you just said about your old man. You know what I'm saying? So do you think having that passion, I want to give the listeners of the Swanglin Show maybe a little bit of background on JShepMuzik83 and your relationship to the illustrious conspiracy family. We've been hip to you for a long time, you know what I'm saying, out there in Jonesboro, Arkansas, under a previous moniker. You're one of few people, very small collective handful of people, that got to have that legitimate feature on a Rage, our brother Mr. Rage's records, and that's how we got hip to you. And that's how I got hip to a lot of people in the Jonesboro, Arkansas area. So if you're listening to the Swanglin Show, you got to know JShepMuzik83music.com is where you can check this dude out. He's got some dope records. He's got a mobile fucking studio where he could pull up on you, which is super primary out here in the game, because cats ain't ready for the studio to just pull the fuck up. So it would take a certain level of passion and a certain level of pride and creativity to put that play in motion. I got to ask you, how integral is passion in the way that you move and push?
Man, like I said, my man said it perfect. You know, it's your all. I mean, if you're passionate about it, it's like 110% in it, like 150% in it. Like, can nobody tell you no? Can nobody tell you anything about it? Can nobody tell you that you can't? Like, you are really destined to prove your point. You know, whatever you're passionate about, you know, it's just gonna take up everything in your life. Everything about you gonna be about it. You know, you're gonna figure out ways to make this work. And it doesn't matter if it takes 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Eventually it's just grow on you, and it's just like, you know, now it doesn't even matter. Like my man said, once you reach that certain category, it don't even matter no more. Like, eventually it gets to the point where it don't even matter. It's just part of you. Now you're bored. Trying to find the next thing to do. It's just passionate. Just whatever you do, man, be passionate about it. Once you're passionate about it, it becomes your lifestyle. You know, after that, it's gonna tell them where you end up.
Now, I want to refer back to this list from Walden University of these different characteristics that are listed of successful people, right? And two things that jump out to me off of this list are a desire to improve, and a commitment to learning, right? So I feel like whether I was doing music or even on the Swanglin show or just in my everyday life, man, I always constantly assess my own move. Like, there's a mirror in front of me constantly. Like, I'm always looking at myself, wanting to be better, wanting to improve my processes, improve my routines, and do these things. So, like, to see it listed from a university, to know that those characteristics are qualities of people that are successful, kind of helps humble me in effect, and maybe think maybe I am on the fucking fast track to success. You know what I'm saying? But we don't need the fast track, because in reality, like, everybody that's on this call is, decades invested into adult livelihood as far as pushing ourselves creatively, you know what I'm saying? Or like grinding in other avenues of business to try and make shit work. So clearly we're passionate people, right? Also on this list, like I said, it's a commitment to learning. Now, for somebody like yourself, JShep, you open a fucking mobile studio, you come in the game wanting to make records and shit. You turn out, engineering records. Same thing with you, Grippz. You come in the game writing bars and shit. You end up sonically crafting records and making beats and engineering and doing these things. So, like, that.
Right.
I got a question for you, Grippz. That constant focus on wanting to be able to learn and always adapt. Has there ever been a scenario recently, maybe for you, where that's kind of backfired on you in a way and kind of like spiraled you down a rabbit hole and you're like, whoa, maybe I don't want to fucking learn that?
Not really. I can't say it. I mean, sometimes, like, I've been nerding out on information. So, like, even just I'll get high and look at different things and read through different things, and I'll start nerding out on something for a little while. Knowledge is power. So I feel like even if you just absorb it, something, even if it doesn't like directly affect you, you're adding on to who you are as a person. So I think everything that any kind of information, it's what you do with the information. Like, in taking the information, I think is always positive. It's how you utilize the utility of the information. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do with it? So can you put it to action? Sometimes information is pointless. Like, we all have hobbies and stuff. So, like, we can't grind 24/7. We all have, probably main jobs, side hustles, different sources of income or whatever. Because that's how you got to get by in 2022 right now. You just got to get it 3 different ways in order to really live a successful life, that's comfortable right now. Because, gas and groceries and everything, I ain't got to go through it. But, like, sometimes you just nerd out on a subject and you just intake the information. It might not be something that you taking and making money off of right now, but who knows how it might play into a scenario later on down your life. You don't know. Some certain things, your path curves and you run into points where you just, you might need something.
Oh yeah, and what I feel like a key element too is when you hit them curves and you hit them roadblocks and all that shit, and life starts weighing you down. Consistency is so fucking crucial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you continue to do the things that you do, you'll always progress. You'll always fucking get better. You'll always try and find a way to kind of push through that fucking hurdle and not deviate to the curve. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get that routine established and you're official, then it is what it is. It don't matter if the storm comes at you. You're still going to be standing tall. So that's like one of them inner working pieces of greatness, right? I feel like for greatness, where consistency comes into play too, is you got to be great all the time. You know what I'm saying? You can't be great 20% of the time and 80% of the time make shitty decisions and then expect everybody to only see your fucking greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that is like a commitment that you actually gotta be on this 24/7 commitment to wanting to be excellent at your craft, or want to be an excellent person, or want to be an excellent father, or want to be an excellent husband, or want to be an excellent son to your parents, or whatever. Like, you can bust on down the list. And I feel like commitment is a fucking huge thing, whether it's like your commitment to learning your craft or a commitment to learning what it's going to fucking take to define yourself as great. Because great is a thing that is it's up to your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Some people underplay the value of the term great to where, okay, some people would define something as small as Raisin Bran cereal as that's fucking great. You know what I'm saying?
Not
But is that
DJ.
yeah, yeah,
CJ,
not the king of the wing. He don't love Raisin Bran.
he
But
hating on that. He hating on the deliciousness.
Hey, man.
now, but you guys see my point there is that everything is about your perspective. You know what I mean?
Oh,
To
yeah.
see greatness within yourself, you have to see the things that you want to be great first. And usually, in my experience, the things that I notice first are flaws. So if you self internalize and you look at your fucking self and you say, okay, I want to be great, and these are the things that are holding me back from being great. Those are your insecurities, man. Those are your fucking flaws. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that stands to be true?
Yeah, truth to that. I feel so. I think so. Sure do.
Grips, your thoughts. Do you think that the first things that would pop out to you if you internalized yourself to try and improve and grow, do you think the first things that would pop out would be what's wrong instead of what's right?
Um, it used to be. I used to look at my flaws a lot, but I changed my mentality a lot. So I really just focus on the positive aspects and look at what I'm good at and try to maximize it. If I maximize what I'm good at, it kind of shrinks and reduces the flaws. Like you can't ignore them. You got to know where your pitfalls may lie, especially if you have shit like, addiction or any kind of demons, you know what I'm saying, that can sabotage you in your life. You got to be self-aware of those things. Otherwise, you're going to allow them to take you out. I got a lot of homies, a lot of family members that ain't here with us today because they couldn't get a hold of whatever those demons and flaws may have been for them in their lives. And we all got to
Facts.
walk our path. Like you can have a great family, great friends, and support system, but you got to walk your own path. And if you stray off that path, you know what I'm saying, because something pulls you left field, you know, it's really on you. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing that no one can do. So it's
Well,
like you have to be aware of those flaws and pitfalls.
exactly. I feel like that's the stem to your growth is any of the fucking portions, anything really that makes you uncomfortable.
Right.
Once you learn to deal with it, then you're like, okay, not so fucking bad. You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
J Shep, I gotta ask you this: what's something that maybe rubbed you the wrong way that you ended up liking because your perspective has changed? Is there anything that you could think of that at first maybe you're like, nah, fuck that, and then eventually you're like, actually, that ain't that fucking bad.
Yeah. Other other people's opinion.
Yeah.
okay.
Well played. Well fucking played.
I
Now it's
mean, you got all types of opinions, and it really all depends on what their opinion on. It is certain things they'll say something on. I'll be like, hey man, no, no, back when I'm thinking like, man, maybe it was some right to that. Like, okay, maybe I need to rethink that. Maybe it was some right to that. Maybe they was telling me that I got it. I just need to add a little sauce to it. I need to take a little bit away from it or something. So, yeah, it's been several times I done did that. Several times.
Now, that's a good thing too to be able to grow through those scenarios, and we've been
Right.
having some strange happenings on the Swanglin show, man, over the
Yeah.
last couple of weeks, man. It's just been wild. It's almost like they're trying to shadow ban us out here, man. We keep getting feeds cut in and out,
Getting
internet
proven.
connections blowing out. You know what I'm saying? The Swanglin heavyweight champions down there in South Florida, man. You never know what could happen. Do you think, Mr. Grippz, that someone doesn't want the illustrious conspiracy family to just be great, man? What do you think it is?
But yeah, there's always people that are gonna not want you to be great, but they can't hold you back from the greatness if that's what your destiny is. You know what I'm saying? You're
Oh,
gonna
and
get there.
it's we're definitely gonna get there. Now, there's a story that I uncovered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doing my research for episode 46 of the fucking Swanglin show about greatness, man. And one of the top fucking things on the internet when you search for what it takes to be great, man, you're gonna come across the story of basketball legend, the fucking goat of all time, Michael Jordan. Okay, so they break down in the story about how he didn't even make the fucking high school team, and how it's relative to today's society. You know, his parents didn't fucking call and complain. You know what I mean? They didn't fucking go up there and say, "Well, why is my fucking kid not on the team?" They said, you're not good enough then, homie. You need to go put in that fucking work. And that work is
Yeah.
what is definitive to success. It doesn't matter what it is you want to be good at, you're not going to be good at it the first time. If you are good at it the first time, you're not going to be good at it every time. And you got to fucking get in that routine and do your practice and do whatever it is. And that even goes down to not just physical activities, but the way that you think as well. So you got to break that down in your own fucking head and streamline your own processes. Get yourself in position to actually be successful and get rid of some of that clutter of this crazy fucking world that's out here right now.
Well,
But Grips, go ahead, my friend.
well, I was gonna jump in because you hit on something important. Like people don't understand the mind is a muscle. So just like you said, it's not a physical activity. It is a physical activity, except the physical activity ain't, going to hit a jump shot or lifting weights or running on a track. It's the physical activity of thinking the correct things and putting shit up here. You know what I'm saying? That's a physical activity that trains your brain to start doing it automatically, just like a fadeaway jump shot from Michael Jordan was automatic, you know what I'm saying? Because he had done it so much. When you practice it, it doesn't matter the defender in front of you. You're using muscle memory. Like it's up here, you know what I'm saying? So when you on your grind and you're trying to be great, if you got this trained to always do the same shit, seek out the positive, look at the opportunities, take advantage of what you can, and make things work. Like it's just gonna happen automatically.
That's what's up. And when all of us were just, pointing at the fucking mental right there, it just reminded me of somebody great. The greatest fucking pro wrestling manager in the history of pro wrestling, Bobby the fucking Brain Heenan. Rest in peace, Bobby the Brain. Now, on this list from Walden University, they also have creativity listed on here. Now, we are people that have existed and been able to translate art into capital. You know what I mean? People that were passionate enough to say, you want to know what? I believe in myself. I'm going to roll the dice on this music. Or in JShep's case, not just the music, but the studio as well. In my case, wanting to do publishing administration and wanting to be a beacon of information of self ownership and positivity to everybody within my fucking camp. Try and set everybody else up with their own fucking companies. Make sure that everything's running in a legitimate motherfucking way. I feel like being creative is super important to being successful or being great, because when you hit these roadblocks and when you hit these different things that are designed kind of to slow you down and get into your end goal, sometimes you're going to have to stop and assess and look and figure out a fucking way to jump over that roadblock, because sometimes your initial resources aren't enough. Sometimes you got to liquidate. Sometimes you got to go broke on purpose. Sometimes you got to work so hard that it affects your personal relationships. It affects your personal health because you ain't getting no fucking sleep. And you got to push it to the limit. So the listeners of the Swanglin show, I want you to know that it's worth that sacrifice. If you want to know what, if you're tired as a dog, but you're like, man, I got to do this today and I got to get this done today, get it done. It's worth it. You know what I'm saying? You can always catch up at the end of the week, but always you got to put yourself first too. You know what I mean? And MrGrippz, we had went in on a previous episode of the Swanglin show about what it is to put yourself first and about taking care of yourself and making sure those things are in order for you to be successful. Our regular co-host of the Swanglin show, that homecoming king, the fickle freckle boy living in the sea, Kyle Nucleus Holsinger, who's not joining us today due to a child's birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, what is he on, number 17?
Oh, dude, he's almost as good as our good homie Freaky J. These motherfuckers got 2-on-2 basketball teams whole deep. Shout out to the next generation of the goddamn family, because it's going down out here. You know what I'm saying? He's the father to many. Absolutely. But he had brought up on a previous episode as well about, as a human, being able to grow, you have to have your conditional needs met first. And he referred to this structure that is called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you guys aren't hip to that, you should really check that out. It's really dope. We're actually going to do a whole entire episode over the hierarchy of needs in the future, because it's a really cool concept to allow you to kind of break yourself and your life down to a fucking ground level and see, hey, well, maybe you're not living quite as federal as you might think. You know what I'm saying? There might be some things that you need to get in order. Because, dude, I'm fucking almost 40 years old, and I still find out shit. I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. And I'm sure you guys know that as well, that shit, there's no playbook to this life. What I define to be great might not be what the Swanglin heavyweight champion defines as great. That might not be great in Craighead County, Arkansas. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's all a matter of perspective. Now, on the Swanglin Show, episode 46, Joshua P. Dunn, joined by my motherfucking dog down there in South Florida, the superstar of David, Vice Grip, MrGrippz, if you will, and the homie JShepMuzik83, representing JShepMuzik83.com and the JShep83 mobile recording studio that will pull up on you now. We got this little tradition on the Swanglin Show, man. We've been jamming some hot fucking music on here lately, playing some real fire videos from people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition into this fucking dope-ass record from our special guest today, JShep83. This song is called Network. Video shot by Live Sosa. You said out there in Fort Smith, Arkansas. You're out here road running, getting some shit going. So what we're going to do right now, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring to you that JShep83 live on the fucking Swanglin Show.
Hey, we gotta go, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Meet and greet, chop it over with these niggas, see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? For real, bro, we gotta chase that bag. Network. Get your ass up, let go. Network. Hey. Network. Got a whole team at network. Got a bad bitch, she network. We go hard, put in work. Network. Catch me on city, got network. Turns in the party, got network. With a bad bitch, tryna see off her network. Network. We go hard, put in work. Network. With a bad bitch, tryna see off her network. See me, I'm working, I'm not in your city for nothing. I'm doing something, this business like I be my witness. Your boy is a genius, I'm kicking shit I should be doing by ideas. I'm stacking my chips like they Pringles, I got a young amigo, they bring me a big load. I'm working no front, I'm building a team full of soldiers that's after a bankroll. I travel the world, I see different places, different faces, you don't hear me? I can't tell a soul my moves, cause niggas be blind and a few of them wanna kill me. I pop me a pill and I'm taking off to a different town, to a different city. I swear I'm the truth, you gon' feel me, I'm going hard for my state, for my city. The haters be talking, but really ain't bad it. I jump on that road and I leave it behind me. I'm off in your city, you know where to find me. I'm posting the hood with them shooters behind. We move like the mob with the bangers on deck. We travel the world and they show us respect. We get to this money, I promise it's easy. Networking and grinding the way that I feed me and my kids, nigga. Swear to God, my nigga. We on the road, we on the go, my nigga. I ain't never sitting still, bro. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? I gotta chase that bag, bro. I don't see no other way. I gotta do it. Network. Got a whole team that network. Got a bad bitch, she network. We go hard, put in work. Network. Catch me on city, got network. Turns in the party, got network. With a bad bitch, tryna see off her network. Network. We go hard, put in work. Network. With a bad bitch, tryna see off her network. I pull up, jump out, and I'm politicking. I'm working, I'm pushing, I'm on a mission. Gotta get it, I'm hungry, stay in the kitchen, cooking up this good music for you to listen. I'm gonna jump on that road and I'm coming at you with a team full of soldiers that's about that action. When it comes to the bed, we don't mind trapping. Your boys don't want it, then let me have it. I'm a savage, you see me, I'm on the go. On the road to the richest, foot in the dough. Pulling up in your city like here I go. Keep your eyes on me, baby, I'm about to blow. I got a bad chick that network with a fat butt, trying to see if her network. My business legit, I stay on my shit, trying to improve my net worth. The money keep coming, let's run it up. You say you about business, let's link up. I'm trying to get plugged in for real. No matter where at, I pull up. Windows 10, they can't see me, I'm bossed up. Pulling up in the coupe with the roof up. I'm smoking on some of the loudest. Damn runs got my head all fucked up. Network. Hey. Windows 10, you can't see me, nigga. I got your bitch in the front seat, seeing of a network. Hey. Network. Got a whole team that network. Got a bad bitch, she network. We go hard, put in work. Network. Catch me on city, got network. Turns in the party, got network. With a bad bitch, tryna see off her network. Network. We go hard, put in work. Network. With a bad bitch, tryna see off her network.
Oh yeah, baby. Today looking like a real good day. Oh yeah, real good day. We got a lot.
It's a real good day. It's definitely a real good day, man. That fucking goddamn network from JShepMuzik83 Music that you can fucking. You need to go on motherfucking YouTube or any of the streaming services and make sure that you're fucking jamming that JShep83 Music Network joint, because that's a fucking heater, man, and that video is hard. You said that was shot and directed by Live Sosa. Great work. I need to link with Live Sosa because he's on fire like a match in a cigarette. That's hot shit, JShep.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man.
Vice, your opinions on that record we just jammed on the Swangler?
Oh yeah, it's a slapper. That bitch look official like a referee with a whistle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man.
Now, for me, it's great to see that because I fucking love Jonesboro, Arkansas. Been there many times. Come down there fucking regularly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually due for a fucking trip out to Jonesboro, Arkansas. And that city...
It's been a minute.
Man, that city is a fucking
Smith and
hotbed.
Jonesboro. I
Yo.
done showed them both, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he said that he shot that video actually in Fort Smith, but he's from Jonesboro, so that's funny you would drop both them fucking cities off top. But our connection to Jonesboro, Arkansas specifically runs deep, man. I'm talking decades fucking deep. I've been seeing talent from out of there for years and years and years via our good homie DJ Ricky. Rest in peace, Mr. Rage.
Rest in
The whole
peace.
Steel Rider posse. You know what I'm saying? Marinated Mitch and family out there in Jonesboro, Arkansas. So to see anything come out of the city of that fucking caliber of quality gets me excited. And for one, as a great friend of DJ Ricky and Mr. Rage, I know that you, J Shep, were actually one of his fucking favorite rappers from the area and in the city. So I know that the big homie is looking down from up above or maybe down below, depending on how much they know. He's looking at you. He's looking at you, and I know deep down that he's probably super hyped that you're out here killing it like that. Now, I want to give you the floor, man, on the Swanglin Show, episode 46. Talk about being great. Talk about what you got coming. Let the fucking people of the Swanglin Show know how they can keep in tap with JShep83.
JShepMuzik83 Music, man. We on the go. Plenty of motion, man. That's JSHEP, the number 83, MUZIK. You can find me on all platforms, any social media through JShep83 Music. You can check out my website at JShep83music.com. It's just a lot of motion. I got a whole lot of something going on. Got a new podcast I'm about to start up myself called The Bus Station. It's basically I'm bringing artists onto my bus. I'm having like a 10 to 15 minute sit down with them, just sharing a little information they maybe want their fans to know or just let the people know. I got on the artist end, there's not much going on. I'm just active, networking, moving around. I came out with the song Network because basically that's what I'm doing right now, a lot of networking. And of course it's helping the network, so yeah, no telling what city or state you might see me in next. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. The bus station. There's a lot going on with the bus station. I'm actually getting called right now for a session.
You want to know what? We got to set it in stone right now. From the Swanglin Show to the bus station. I want to be a guest on the fucking bus station. I got to put it out in the fucking air that maybe one day Joshua will be the host of the Swanglin Show. And MrGrippz down there in South Florida can be guests on the motherfucking bus with J Shep. I'm looking forward to that in the future. Now, my man, MrGrippz in the house. Swanglin heavyweight champion of all time, man. Right now you're starting to separate. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to separate yourself from the crowd once again, man, as the clear-cut and definitive champion, man. The fucking man out here of Swangle. You've been appeared on so many Swanglin shows that I don't think you could ever be unswanglin. Now, I need to know if there's any message that you got out there to these motherfuckers that think that they may have a chance to put their slimy and greasy hands upon the fucking Swanglin heavyweight championship.
Only message is they better be great. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, it's all good. On the Swanglin Show, we've been getting technical difficulties left and right. And you want to know what? This shit ain't going to stop.
They almost didn't even happen.
Yeah, and you want to know what?
Crazy.
The little technical difficulties ain't gonna stop me from fucking being great as the host of the Swanglin Show. It ain't gonna stop the fucking Swanglin heavyweight champion from fucking, doing whatever the fuck it is he feels like doing today in his Don Johnson fit in a fucking probably some type of small convertible or something today out there in fucking South Florida. You never know what could happen. It's some technical difficulties are not gonna stop the JShepMuzik83 bus fucking whole movement from rolling. So, if you're listening to the Swanglin Show, man, this episode's been about being great. I'm always feel great to be joined by great guests on the fucking Swanglin Show, like MrGrippz, like JShepMuzik83, like the whole illustrious conspiracy family that may have or may not have deserted us, Vice. They may have turned their back on us. We might be a rogue faction now. You never fucking know.
You know what?
We're going to find out on episode 47. The drama may unfold.
I'm gonna blame it on technical difficulties. It seems like it's everyone. I'm gonna blame it on that.
But we never know. We might come into next week and find out that Kyle actually may have been in fact kidnapped or something. The world is crazy out here. So Kyle, man, if you're listening to the Swanglin Show episode 46, bro, call me. Welfare check. Shoot me a text or something. Let everybody know that you're not barricaded somewhere and being taken advantage of by these people who love that you used to be the homecoming king. Things happen out here and it's crazy. On episode 46 of the Swanglin Show, Joshua P. Dunn, and it's going all the way fucking down at swanglin.com at all fucking times. Make sure you're following at the Swanglin Show for all this fire ass shit. We got more stuff coming up, and like I said, man, episode 50 is gonna be fucking crucial on the Swanglin Show. Also attached to that will be the launch of the new official Swanglin store, man, where you might be able to find some of the coolest shit in the fucking world, you little son of a bitch. It's going down. Joshua P. Dunn, Swanglin Show. I'll see you next week, fellas.